Our next storyteller is Cooper. And Cooper, where are you, please? Cooper?
Yes?
Come on, get up here. Give us a surprise. Woo!
Hi. This is about to be like the most low-key story ever. It's much like Ella. I also did theater in high school. I bet everyone did theater, right? Most people. Did anyone do speech team? Yeah, okay, I knew it because you guys did. I said that because you guys did. So, freshman year, I went to high school, obviously, and I was like, I'm gonna do sports. And I was like, I'm gonna do volleyball and soccer and stuff, and I'm gonna be athletic. No, I auditioned for my speech team and everything, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do like public speaking and maybe acting if I get into it and everything. But when I auditioned, our head speech coach was actually like really sick, and like no one knew what was happening, and I was like, oh, this is bad. So we had like some other person filling in and doing speech. So for the first half of the year, there was like some random person doing all the coaching and everything. I never got to meet our coach. But then by the second half, he was back, and we had this thing called group interpretation. I don't know if anyone knows it. And our group interpretation, which is like a big play, and you just have to like have outward focus, and like there's a weird set, and like there's group lines. It's really weird. It looks like you're in a cult. But ours was To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, which is like a really good story about like racism and everything. But I happened to be the only freshman cast. And I was like really nerdy freshman year. I had like my braces and like acne and like a bowl cut, like Harper Lee has. And I was like, whoa, I'm casting this cool show. Who am I? And they're like, you are Boo Radley. And I was like, I'm like the antisocial recluse that has no lines. Me? Thank you. So I got to be Boo Radley, which is pretty cool and everything. And so I remember this day very vividly. It was like one of the first days of rehearsal. Like everyone in the cast was like a veteran. They're like, we won state one year in this, so like you have to look into your game. And I was like, I'll totally say my one line very convincingly. And they were like, good. So basically, I remember very vividly, I was in class that day. I was in my English class, and we were reading The Catcher in the Rye, which I feel like most people read their freshman year. And we had a paper due, and the title of my paper, this is like random tidbit, but the title of my paper was Losing My Innocence in the Rye. And my teacher was like, Cooper, did you lose your virginity in a rye field? And I was like, that's what I meant, yeah. So I was like very like giddy and everything, and I was like, oh my god, like my teacher thought I lost my virginity in a rye field. I'm about to go be Boo Radley and stuff. And so I get to my first rehearsal, and this is one of the first times I met my coach, who was like back from being sick. And I mean, none of you know who he is, but he's like this very tall man. He's like kind of a hunchback. He has like reddish hair and glasses, and like when I got glasses, he was like, you're my son, and I was like, but basically, he like was trying to like be like, you're the only freshman that it's such a cool thing, so like I have like a surprise for you to do during the show. And I was like, oh, cool, like I'll do anything. I'm Cooper, yeah. And he was like, here's a gun, and I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, it's a gun, but there's a blank in it, like don't worry, you're not gonna like do anything weird, you're just gonna shoot the gun. And I was like, okay, like when? And he's like, they're gonna say, Tom Robinson's climbing the fence right in front of the prison guards, and you're just gonna pull out a gun and shoot blanks in the air. And I was like, okay, like should I like tell them like to be warned or anything? And he was like, no, like no one's gonna know. It's gonna be super low key. Like you're just gonna shoot this gun, and like it's gonna be awesome. Like you're a freshman. Like theater's cool. Like get more freshmen to do this, please. And I was like, okay, yeah, like I'll shoot this gun and everything. So the setup is this. Everyone's like facing outward because that's what group interpretation is. Everyone's doing things like talking with southern accents, being racist, because that's what To Kill a Mockingbird's about. And then like the guy who played Tom Robinson was on top of the set, like climbing with one arm or something. I haven't heard the story in a while. And he's like climbing, everyone's saying things, and I hear the line like, right in front of the prison guards. And I'm gonna have to take out this air horn app just to convey the noise. I'm in the back of the set, like shrugging and being like, now? And then he's like, yeah. And then you hear me go like, and it went on like forever. I shot like 3 bullets, blanks. And like, there was smoke everywhere. It was kind of like blurry what happened. All I remember was like I fell down from the blast because it was like kind of a big gun. There was smoke everywhere. My ears were ringing, but then there was also an alarm going off. No big deal. I was like all the way in the back, like almost in the scene shop where like people were looking at me like, did someone just like, oh what? Some smoke cleared up. I look and like my director's sitting there like really red, like with this Diet Coke and like a straw. I see like 3 cast members on the ground, like I don't know, like crying. I see Tom Robinson like on the 3rd story, and there's only 2 stories, and I was like, how'd you get up there? 3 people also ran out of the building and were in the street screaming. It was cool. And then he like gathered us all back, and like there was smoke, and like everyone was like freaking out, like, and I was like, what? I couldn't hear anything. There was just ringing. Like, it was no big deal. And then he like sat us down, and like I don't know. I think this is a speech coach thing, but like speech coaches always have their diet soda, and they're always like very like particular. And my speech coach, he sat us down, he like drank a little sip, he put it down, and he was like, "Is that how you fucking behave when you hear a gunshot?" And like someone was just like, "Yeah," and just walked out. And that's the time when I shot a gun in the theater. So thank you.